Welcome to Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Ben Roof. We've got a great show in store for you today, but first let's check in with a little bit of local news. It's an incredibly busy Sunday here in Park City with the Park City Market starting off today at 10 a.m. and that's going to be on Main Street. It's a fantastic event full of arts and crafts for everybody to check out. And then we've also got the Latino Arts Festival, which is going to be wrapping up today, and that starts at 11 a.m. up at Canyons Village on Park City Mountain. But let's take a look at today's show. We'll talk to Nuzzles and Company about some adorable adoptable animals, and then we'll check in with the stars of the new Disney show, The Villians of Valley View. But before we get started, let's take a look at that local weather.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Welcome back to Wasatch Weekends. A little bit earlier, we had the opportunity to talk to Nuzzles Co about an adorable adoptable animal that they have available this week. Let's go take a listen to that now.
And welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and we have Josh with Nuzzles and Company here today to talk about the pet of the week. So Josh, how are you?
I'm doing terrific. How are you?
I am so good. Now, who do you have with you today?
I have Mildred. The staff has started to call her Millie. Millie is about a year old. She came from the Ute Ore Reservation. She kind of wandered into one of our partners that we work with over there onto her radar, and she had her at her house for a little while, and we learned that Millie plays really well with dogs. She didn't have any accidents, and she's a healthy girl.
She is absolutely adorable. I love the markings around her eyes. It looks like she's got a mask on. So tell us a little bit more about Millie. Where can we find her to come play with her and see if we'd like to maybe take her home?
Again, we're still learning. Millie just came to us, I think this week earlier. So we're just kind of watching her and learning her behavior. We cleared her medically. We're about to do like a behavior evaluation. And what that means is we'll expose her to a cat and just see how she reacts to cats. She has been in the yard with other dogs, so we know that she's pretty friendly with other dogs and plays really well. And to meet her, she's been staying at the rescue ranch. She hasn't gone to the adoption center just yet. So it'd be just give us a ring or show up at the rescue ranch. And if you have another pet, like a dog rather, it's hard to move a cat over here to meet the dog. But if you have another dog, stop by the ranch with your dog, and then we can do a quick meet and greet and see if they get along.
Well, she certainly looks like she enjoys being a lap dog and seems to look like she's pretty snuggly. Now, Josh, tell us where we can go for more information, learning about volunteering opportunities, all of that.
So our website is nuzzlesandco.org. And you're hiding from the camera, kiddo. Nuzzlesandco.org. When you get to the website, it'll give you a whole bunch of options, menu options on the top, ways to get involved, which is volunteering, fostering, and both of those have different applications, so we can kind of find out what your experience is, what it is you want to do with us. And then there's also ways to donate and book what we call a snuggle lounge, which do you see yourself on TV? Who is that dog?
It looks like she's entering a whole new world.
All our dogs are listed on the front page as well, or at least several of them on the front page. And then when you click look for a pet, that'll show you everybody else who's in our care at the moment. Cats, dogs. We have 2 llamas right now and 3 pigs as well in our farm animal program that are available for adoption.
Wonderful. Well, it's not just the cats and dogs that you traditionally take home. So that's really exciting. I'm sure as the summer months are approaching, you've got a lot more going on there. So head over to Nuzzles Co. if you would like to volunteer, learn more about what they've got going on for events this summer. And Josh, as always, wonderful to see you and nice to meet Millie as well.
It's always wonderful to be here. Thanks for having us. And we look forward to someone coming and meeting Millie and taking her home.
Wonderful. Well, we love having Josh here on the show. So thanks for joining. Stay tuned and we'll be back.
Welcome back to the show. On Thursday, Disney Channel premiered the new season of the Villains of Valley View, a fantastic show, and Maddie had the opportunity to speak to two of the stars a little bit earlier this week. Let's take a look at that now.
Welcome back to the show. A great program that you can watch with the whole family is the Villains of Valley View. And we've got Isabella and Caden joining me. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, can I have both of you introduce yourself and the role that you play in this wonderful program?
Yes, I'm Isabella Pappas, and I play Amy and Havoc. Same person, but yeah.
And I'm Katie Mueller Jensen, and I play Hartley.
Now, for people that have not seen the Villains of Valley View, what can they expect as they're starting to watch?
A lot of chaos, a lot of fighting, and a lot of family and kind of friendship. I think that it's a show about a dysfunctional family trying to function in a suburban life, and it's also a story about, friendship and how two very different people can, come together, and that you don't have to be perfect to be a good person.
Which I think is important messages that you guys are really spreading throughout the show, and it's something that the entire family can get into because the drama, the action, and all of the chaos makes it quite entertaining for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, it's great. I love the dynamic between everybody, but also, there's comedy in one episode, then you go to the next one and it's just like nonstop fighting. It's great. It's got something for everyone.
No, it's a lot of fun, and I also feel like all ages can watch it. I sat down with my niece who's 5 years old and watched the show together with her, and she loved it. And I also watched it with my mom, and all of my mom's friends are watching it. So, it's a show that's very inclusive for everyone, and, for all ages, really shows, as Izzy was saying, not everybody's perfect, but those are things that we embrace and, and love as people, and, try to fix if it's something that bothers you that much. But, it just has a very great message behind the show, but also a blast at the same time.
Which I think is a great way to get people involved. And then, of course, to get everyone to watch it is so cool. Now, let's talk a little bit about your guys' biggest, excitement moment as you've been on set for the show.
Ooh, that's a hard one, huh, Izzy?
That's really hard because there's so many.
Yeah.
I think mine is probably when I get to do stunts. So at the beginning of the season, the first half of the season, I did all my own stunts. And it was amazing. I got to learn how to do so many new things. I got to learn karate. I got to learn how to do wire work, get dropped from the ceiling and stuff. And that was something that I've never gotten to do, and I've never gotten to do anything like that on any other job that I've done. And it just adds a whole other element to being on set and being in a TV show, because normally in a sitcom, you wouldn't really get to do that kind of stuff. So that's my favorite part, I think.
I'd have to say, just as we were saying before, there's so many great moments shooting this show, but I feel like I learned something new every single day going onto the set. But I'd have to say for this season so far, my favorite part was getting to learn pottery with everybody, and which was something new that I've never done before. So that was definitely one of my favorite experiences this season so far.
Now, what's the chemistry like? Obviously on camera, it's great, but off camera for all of you guys, have you just formed one giant family off camera as well?
Oh, 100. We're always poking at each other, nagging each other, making fun of each other, but also, we're always there to support each other and hang out outside of set. We're all pretty close.
Yeah. No, it's a really great environment, and I think that especially on a show like this, I feel like it's important to have that. And, because there have been so many sitcoms over the years, and I think that something that really, helps our sitcom hold our own is the fact that we are such a family and we all really know how to act and play off of one another, and we know what, other people like and don't like, and kind of the way
Yeah.
that you interact with them. And I think it's a really great, yeah, it's a great environment.
Now, obviously, you guys inspire so many people through what you do, and if there are some young people watching who want to be you guys in their adult lives or in their a little bit more grown-up lives, what one piece of advice would you give them as maybe they want to pursue acting?
Okay, I would say reading. Like, I grew up reading so much. Reading is amazing. Even if you don't like it, just finding things that you like that are creative. They help you kind of get into that. And then also I would say, I mean, like 99% of the jobs that I audition for, I don't get. So this is like the 1%. This is the one lucky one that I finally got. And, it's like you have to just be prepared to kind of deal with lots of rejection because, at the end of the day, if you keep trying and you keep pushing, it'll happen.
Yeah. My one advice that I always really say is don't take no as an answer, which is also kind of generic, but at the same time, when it comes to the acting world and you're doing hundreds of auditions a year and meeting all these people and get so close to maybe booking a job and you don't get it, that rejection can be really hard sometimes, but you just have to really believe in yourself. And if you're really passionate about doing this and becoming an actor and passionate about what you're doing, don't give up and don't take no as an answer, and you'll make it.
I think those are great words for people to live by, and especially if you're encouraging the younger demographic to get involved. Now, two final questions. I have two left for you. The first one is, can you describe the show in 3 words?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm so bad at these. I'm so bad at these. I always say more than 3 words. Okay. Chaotic, intense, truthful.
Okay. I would say dramatic. Did you say intense?
Yeah, but you can say it too.
No. I was like, I couldn't remember. I would say dramatic. Dramatic, fun, and diverse.
I think those all describe it absolutely perfectly. Now, where can people watch The Villains of Valley View?
Ooh.
This one is you? Yeah.
Okay. You can watch it on Disney Channel, and then the day after that, it'll come out every day after that on Disney Plus. So either of those two. And yeah.
At 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m.
Yeah, 8 p.m.
I want to thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information and this inspiration, because I know what you guys do is hard work, but you do it so well, and we really appreciate you bringing this extra value of entertainment to our lives.
Well, thank you so much.
That's so nice.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Really appreciate it.
Of course. Make sure that you go to Disney Plus or Disney Channel, and that way you can watch The Villains of Valley View. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Wasatch Weekends. We all love the outdoors out here, and we all know how important it is to make sure that we have the proper footwear for our outdoor adventures. Kim Peru went and checked out the new Sun and Ski location in Murray and took a tour of their footwear department. Let's take a look now.
It's a beautiful day here in Murray, Utah, and I am at the brand new Sun and Ski Sports location with footwear coordinator Spencer to talk about all of their incredible inventory. Spencer, how are you today?
Great, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we've got an incredible display in front of us.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about all of the inventory that you have here. Let's say if you are a beginner runner or want a good walking shoe, tell us a little bit more about everything you have.
So we've got the women's and the men's Clifton, and this is a great entry-level shoe for walking, light running. It's very cushiony, very comfortable, great tread. Great for just standing all day on your feet.
Wonderful. Would you recommend the shoe? And this is the Hoka Clifton?
Yes.
Would you recommend it for running if you're a beginner runner, especially as we head into those warmer months?
Yeah, immediately comfortable from the get-go, and it's got great cushion just for standing on your feet all day.
Awesome. So if you wanted to up your game a little bit,
Right.
you're a bit of a more advanced runner, what shoe would you
Absolutely.
recommend?
The newest model of the Cloud brand that has the most cushion out of all of the shoes. The Cloud, the bigger the little clouds are on them, the more cushion you're gonna get. And they are just, yes, of course.
So
They are super light, super comfortable, and they are a little bit more aggressive of a sole, a little bit more of a downturn than the Clifton.
Okay, great. And tell me again what these are. These are the Cloud Monsters?
These are the Cloud Monsters.
The On Cloud Monsters. So if we are moving out and we are in the mountains here, you're going to be doing road running and trail running. What shoe would you recommend for the trail running?
Absolutely. So this is the Speed Goat, and the Speed Goat is going to be a little bit more techy than the Clifton. However, the design is going to be using Gore-Tex, so for when you're running in wet grass or a little light stream, this is going to keep the water out and allow all of the heat that you're generating to evaporate through. They have a Vibram sole, which is a little bit more aggressive than the other ones, almost like a cleat tread to the bottom, and the density of the Vibram is just a lot more firm, gonna last a lot longer, and help you grip on the trail.
Awesome. You mind if I see it?
Absolutely.
It looks like a soccer cleat.
Totally.
It really does. Yeah, and then you can see you've got that nice thick cushioning and sole support.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I know that we've got the trail running shoe for the more advanced runner.
Right.
We've got a everyday running shoe here by On, and then we've got the beginning walking shoe, great for nurses by Hoka. Now, what do we have over here on this side of the table?
So we have got one of my favorite shoes, and it is going to be a hiker that is finally good looking. I feel like a lot of hiking shoes have been kind of goofy for a really long time, and they've started to innovate and make things lighter, more comfortable, and just a better all-around shoe for hiking. And then with this shoe, I really like there's a quick draw, so there's no lace that's gonna keep untying as you're hiking. You can just cinch it up and then tuck it underneath, and then you're ready to go.
So, and it stays tight the entire time that you're hiking.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
great. Now, you mentioned it's lighter. Do you mind if I see it?
Absolutely.
Wow, that is so much lighter than the hiking
So
boots that I
much.
currently have, and I love the style. Feels like it'll be a lot more cool for your feet as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you've got them in both men and women's?
Men's.
Awesome.
The men's is in black, the women's in pink. Yeah, it's just a great all-around shoe. Great toe protection, and just like the other Ons, kind of the more you wear them, the softer these little ridges get, and just the more comfortable they get over time.
Awesome. Well, I love to see diversity in shoes, especially from a shoe that is known as a running sneaker.
Absolutely.
And now they've got the hiking.
Now they are in
That's
hiking.
wonderful. So as a footwear coordinator, Spencer,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about what you do here.
Yeah, so here I am the footwear coordinator, like you said, and I'm just kind of in charge of making sure we're getting the best shoes possible for each individual running, hiking, trail, trying to find the best shoes from all of the brands that we do carry, and just hone in on the best options.
So for me, I'm in the market for a new shoe. What would you do,
Perfect.
or how would you recommend what kind of shoe for me to try?
So we have this really awesome machine called the Atrix machine, and what it does is it measures 16 points of your foot, giving you all of these metrics that help hone in on the perfect shoe for your specific foot.
Okay, great. Well, it sounds like I know what I'm going to be doing next time I come in for
Absolutely.
a shoe shopping. Come on down to Sun & Ski Sports. They have so much selection and so much inventory here in Sun & Ski Sports, 6262 South State Street in Murray. Stay adventurous, Salt Lake City with Sun & Ski Sports.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today's episode of Wasatch Weekends. Don't forget to check us out tomorrow, where we'll talk to Steeped Coffee at the upcoming Outdoor Retailer Summer Show. And then we will also speak to the author and illustrator of the picture book Juneteenth, celebrating tomorrow's holiday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.